Ish. I'm Erica.
And I'm Shay, and today we're interviewing this fellow.
So please state your name, where you're from, where you're originally from, and if you have any cats.
Mike Heddick, Edmonton, Alberta. Edmonton, Alberta, no cats.
Oh, that's sad.
I know.
So you're in a band. We're intrigued. Tell us more.
Well, I am a band, actually. I do, Mike Heddick is just my stage name. That's what I do. I also play in Ashley Sasha's band, Ashley Sasha, and I think we're calling ourselves the Cavalry now. So.
Right on. Yeah. And do you have music videos or ways people can watch your music?
Well, watching your music, you're always welcome to come out to shows. I frequent the Wonder Bar in Edmonton quite frequently. You know, the typical MySpace, Facebook, just put in Mike Heddick anywhere. Facebook is probably the best way. That's the only one I really pay attention to because I don't like going to more than one place. So.
And do you find because of nifty social networking sites you can reach more people?
Well, of course. I mean, you know, I'm still too young to remember back in the day, but I know just the number of people I've met through social networking sites like that. It's invaluable. It's the only way to get heard now. If you don't have MySpace, you don't have Facebook, you don't matter. So, yeah.
How do you describe your music to people?
God, that's a tough one. Well, I come from a punk rock background. Like, that's the first music I really got into. That's still pretty much where I'm at. How I've been going about it recently is I'm kind of like what would happen if you gave either Neil Young or Bob Dylan a ton of crystal meth before a performance and then just let them go. And that's pretty much where I'm at.
Do you write and produce all your own music?
To this point, yes, I do. Writing music, I've always considered myself to be better at that than actually performing. Production, up to this point, it's all been myself. Working with a couple people now, but yeah, again, primarily it's just me in my bedroom, 3 in the morning, you know, banging out stuff, so, yeah.
Do you have any personal connections with anyone in the industry?
Any personal connections with anyone in the industry? I met Miles from Stereos once. He was kind of a dick, to be totally honest with you. Well, you grew up in Sherwood Park.
He went to South, which is my school, so...
Yeah.
Represent.
Yeah. Well, he has nice tattoos. That's all I'm going to say about that.
When did you know you had something special? Was it a feeling in the pit of your stomach, or did someone walk up to you and say, you have something special?
Well, whether or not I actually have something special is open to debate. You know, like I'm, you know, your typical 19-year-old, I go to the bars frequently and I check out local shows frequently. And it seems like there are so many people in this city, even now, who just completely blow me out of the water. And, you know, people, like, even in my own age group that I look up to. So whether or not I have anything special, that's open to debate. I guess when I started playing, you know, I was around, 13, 14 at the time. I don't know. It always seemed that the positive feedback, and maybe it was just people being polite or whatever, but, you know, the nice little ego boost here and there, and you keep going, and, I mean, for me, it's not whether or not I actually have talent. This is just something I do for myself, you know. Like, I'd be doing it regardless of whether or not I was, you know, getting shows or going anywhere with it. It's just, you know, what I do, so.
When did you start playing the guitar, and do you play any other instruments, or are you just a one-trick pony?
Am I just a one-trick? I take offense to that, actually. Well, no, I don't. I started playing guitar at, I got my first guitar at age 9. Didn't really take it seriously until about age 12, age 13. You know, junior high, I was always really involved. I was a band geek, straight up. And, a couple of friends from band decided they wanted to start a rock band, and we were just terrible. Like, do you guys remember Bowling for Soup? Yeah, lots of Bowling for Soup covers. Lots of really bad Bowling for Soup covers. And, no, it's just something I always kept going along with, and, I don't know. Like I said, it's just sort of what I do. As far as playing other instruments, you know, you know one instrument that looks like a guitar, you can pretty much play all of them. You know, so I did a lot of bass in high school just because, you know, the whole jazz band thing and what have you. But yeah, if it has strings and it's not a piano, I can stumble around on it. So, yeah.
So now we're going to play the word association game.
Oh.
When I say fridge, what do you think?
Food.
Cord.
Chord. Broken.
Fancy.
Fancy. Pants.
And serene.
God, that's a tough one. Lake.
Fun. So what are some of the highlights of your career so far? Like, what's some ish that you would tell your grandchildren about?
God, I don't know. I remember I was playing in another band earlier this year called Forever and Ever, and just getting to meet the guy from Stereos and like hang out and smoke in his backyard pretty much. I don't know. I don't really have milestones like that, like crowning achievements. Obviously, whenever you put out a new recording or you have a release show or anything like that, it's a big deal. But I don't know, you have to keep it in perspective. Like, at the end of the day, this is still Edmonton, and no one's really paying attention. You know, it's just something you do for fun, and, you know, if anything happens, great. If not, well, you had fun at the time. That's more than a lot of people can say, so.
Do you have a CD or way for fans to purchase your music?
Yes, I have. Well, you don't even have to purchase it now. My first EP is Mike Headache, Fortitude Until Freedom. It came out formally on May 15th, and since then I've pretty much stopped caring. Like, you can download it for free. You can, if you ever see me at a show or whatever, just ask. I probably have a couple kicking around. Money is irrelevant as far as I'm concerned. As long as I can buy my liquor, we're good.
In your own words, define success.
Being happy and making as many other people happy as you can at the same time. You know, just like I played this one show over in Avenue Theatre recently called the Edmonton Show, and it was probably the biggest show I've played to date. Like, it's a fairly like highbrow, ritzy arts thing, but as such, the crowd there wasn't really so much. They didn't really understand where I was coming from musically, and quite frankly, I didn't fit in very well there. Whereas, you know, 24 hours later, I was back playing at Wonder Bar, which is just this. It's incredible, but it is such a dive. And, you know, I was playing for like 25, 30 people, and they were having a fantastic time, so. Yeah.
What genre of music do you generally listen to?
Ooh, that's a tough one. My iPod is like the great dumping ground for all genres of music. Right now, I'm sort of getting back into the punk rock thing. I go through phases, like every now and again, like I like tons of punk rock and then a break and some indie and like Arcade Fire and what have you. Now, I'm getting really into the old Against Me and like all those, like, it's still punk rock, but it has a very strong folk influence as well. So, I don't know, it's sort of the best of both worlds for me. So,
what advice do you have for people trying to start their own bands?
Don't take it too seriously, because it's very rare that you get it right on the first time. And, you know, even if you do get it absolutely dead on, I mean, that's by no means guarantees any sort of success. So make sure you're doing it just strictly because you like doing it. You know, don't expect anything from anyone else.
What's the ultimate direction you see this taking you in?
I don't know. I don't really set goals for myself in that way. I just, you know, I'm happy where I'm at. You know, I'm more than happy to go down to, you know, a bar on White Ave and just play for a few hours, get free drinks. More free drinks, I guess, would be really good.
Justin Bieber, yay or nay?
Yeah, no. No.
Where do you see yourself in 1 year, 2 months, and 29 days?
1 year, 2 months, 29 days. So that would be February of next March of next year. I don't know. Probably stressed out because that's around final time for university students. Probably doing the same old stuff, you know. I'm a pretty static person. I don't really change much. I'll probably still be going to bars and drunk every night of the week and what have you. So, you know.
So thanks for doing this.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yes, and hit us up again when we decide to interview someone that we feel is the ish. Yep.
It's just isn't love, just a remorse and a loss of a feeling. Even if I stay, it just wouldn't be the same. Me and this guitar, we're going swinging blind into the unknown. You know, a song and stage are all I've ever needed of a home. But someday I will call from a